Good afternoon, everybody. This is Dr. Bill Williams on the Influencers Podcast coming to you live from Atlanta, Georgia. But the main question today is who is going to be interviewed on the Influencers Podcast? None other than the TikTok queen, Alesha Maguire, famous all around the world for her pioneering work on TikTok, a founding member of OnpassIVE. She has the ear of those who matter because she's doing such a great job with TikTok spreading the good news. So I want to bring on Alesha Maguire from Liverpool, Manchester area of the UK, right down the road from Runcorn, where my brother was a pastor at a Methodist church 35 years ago. So that's everything I know about where Alesha lives. Alesha, come on and tell us more about your local area. And I want to know what happened, who you were surrounded by that got you involved with OnpassIVE, and what inspired you to get into TikTok?
Well, TikTok was something I was meddling with really, and the biggest thing was I met my partner Mark Prescott, and he introduced me to OnpassIVE, which led us both to doing something that no one else really did, and that was to provide videos, informative videos for OnpassIVE, but building up through TikTok and other social media. And it didn't really go as well as I thought it did until the algorithm hit. So when the algorithm hit, it just escalated. When that happens and you can try and manipulate a video, what happens is you learn. And I've learned over the matter of time is seeing what's on trend, seeing what music's available. Obviously, the hashtag is an important marker in that, and that means you're providing the brand with its own hashtag by building its portfolio, so to speak. So hand in hand, it's helped me learn, and the other way around, I think it's kind of put it in the right context where TikTok's concerned. But then you add that to Facebook and then Instagram, and I've done another one, and it's Snapchat. And not a lot of people have done that on Snapchat. They've put their little bits here and there, and it's been brilliant, absolutely fantastic. But if you can go out there a little bit more and provide this little one extra bit of social media platform, maybe you might get to a different generation of person, or someone who's never seen anything, who's quite interested in learning online or just about learning something new. And using AI as well, that's been a massive, massive learning curve for me to know how to use it correctly. And to be honest with you, it wouldn't be anything unless I was going into the back office, the OES, and looking at the information that we're going to be providing out there publicly. And to our founders' knowledge, what we've got is not an advantage, so to speak, but just a general information, and how you put that out there is on you, and you put that out there in the correct form. You get views for it, you get likes for it, you can get your post shared, and it's really good. You know, it gives you a little confidence boost. So when I've learned it, now I'm using different platforms like CapCut, etc., and using that to again manipulate a video, and then say saving it to my device, which then allows me to put it onto Facebook, but again manipulate it using Facebook's editing tools. Again, the same thing applies to TikTok and Snapchat now. So you've got a lot of different capabilities. My interest is going to be everything that OnpassIVE has got to give us. All of our products are going to make that so much more better because we've got already that set in motion, if that makes any sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
let's break
makes
it down. Let's break it down. You first got in on passive or TikTok?
I'd say TikTok first. I was only messing around at first. I was just doing a stupid load of just little stupid videos, and then Mark had asked me to do a video for him to promote OnpassIVE and his founder link, etc. And
So
when
how
I'd
long
done
ago
that,
was that?
oh goodness, that's whew, October 2020, I'd say. So that in
So you
itself,
got
and I
2 years in TikTok and
Yeah,
OnpassIVE and your learning curve. Now you're talking all this information is about your learning curve going through. I knew TikTok a little, but I learned it better. I had a purpose behind using TikTok and I refined my technique.
yeah,
Right. And
yeah.
then when did AI come into the picture?
I'd say about a year into me using the TikTok, really. I mean, I think there was a post put out there from Mark actually himself, and we've actually discussed it and said the difference in using Facebook as a platform now, and this is just an example, from when you're doing a video a year ago, 2 years ago, you couldn't rewind it. You couldn't take anything out of it. You couldn't do anything with it. You just have to post your video, maybe add a little bit of music, a couple of little editing bits where you take a snap and add it more. Now, you can literally take someone else. I've shown it today. I've shown it in the last couple of days that you can take someone's picture and edit that and actually move on and then promote that and make that into a video. And people love that. They think it's so really clever and they just want to learn how. And if I can do that using a platform like Onet, building my own blog, and then people can learn, all it is pushing a button. And it's not doing anything that I shouldn't be doing. It's hang on a minute, let's just have a learning. I'm learning now still. And last week I learned something by just pushing on my phone. And it blows your mind how quickly it's all adapted to how people are using the technology now. The AI driven in a part of it is just fantastic. It's giving you what people want, and if people aren't looking at that specifically on your page, they won't give you that view. It's a part of, well, why are you going to give me that if I've got no interest in it? Well, they don't. So you've got to provide that content where it's a little bit different from everybody else.
Let's talk about purpose. The purpose of what you're doing. Is it to draw people in to learn about what you're doing? Is it to educate people who already know about what you're doing? Or is it to instruct people on the advanced techniques that you've employed?
All of those things. All of them.
So you've got
Because
different you have different audiences you're talking to.
I have a very, very broad scale of an audience, which I'm very happy and proud to say. And I mean that age group from 11 all the way up to 90 years old, which is fantastic. People would love to learn and they want to learn. And to be able to give that to someone else, to be able to build their own confidence online, is you can't hand people that. And I'm thankful for OnpassIVE, Red Redfern, Mark Prescott, Jane Redfern, yourself, and everybody else who's pushed people forward to kind of be different online and just say, actually have a look at what you're providing. Is it correct? Is it valid? Is someone going to look at it? And is it for everyone? If the answers to any of those questions are no, you shouldn't post it.
Hey,
And like,
Alesha, do the favor for the audience right now. They should know that you didn't grow up as a tech wizard. You're not an engineer.
no.
You learned this at home on your own, right?
I learned it at home, on my phone, on my pad, on laptop, and I got so much encouragement from my partner. He's just built me and built me and pushed me to do things to make sure that, yes, stick to it. And I'm so glad and grateful that I've done that because it's made a massive difference in how I look at providing the content. If it's correct, I'm going to look at it and then maybe manipulate that whole thing and make a video, which is fab. And now, again, if I can use Onet and bring people into a blog and show them by doing a video how to do that, that's them building their own profile online. And that's just fantastic. It's you change people's lives in a matter of a second if they look at it. Some people
Are
can.
you creating a library of how-tos? Is that it?
Yeah, I think that's documented online by my social media, by TikTok, via Facebook, because on my very first TikTok, you can see clear as day. It's just like I've bundled a whole load of pictures together and gone bang, 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 added some music, And then I only learned after how to edit and create with the effects that was given to me using TikTok. And that in itself was quite a learning curve. And I'm very grateful for it. Like it's staggered me how it can go so quickly sometimes.
So tell me, you always weren't the TikTok queen. You had some learning steps along the way. Is there anything you can shine light on as a great failure that others can learn from, and maybe they can avoid how you recovered? They can
Depending
avoid
on,
falling into that pit and not doing the same mistake.
I think facts, facts alone can make the difference between creating a good post and a bad post. Whether you're doing it on social media platform, Facebook, etc., all of those things come into play. If it's a TikTok, really it depends on how you put it out there. If it's something a failure and it looks funny, people will watch it. They will watch it. If it's something that's going to impact someone, they'll watch it again. And there's always the delete button. All the time. There's always delete. Don't worry about it. You would lose a few followers, but you're always got delete.
I understand that. Are there three things you see other people doing that really don't work? Can you name some things to avoid?
But a factual basic knowledge and information. Don't put anything out there that's not facts. It's not worth it. It doesn't go against, it goes against all your character on profile. You can't, you once you've done that, it's kind of like silly to even think that you can kind of create really good content and keep going with it. If it's not fact, if it's not right, people don't really care anymore if it's fake. Like your face can be completely different. Oh, uh, they can be completely different, and then you can still put it out there and people watch it. Oh my gosh, hi.
It's the grandkids come
Oh, they're
to
great.
Atlanta.
What's her
This
name?
guy was born in the UK.
Oh wow. What's his name?
I'm a UK babe.
Oh my goodness. Beautiful. Beautiful. They're amazing
Hey, thank
grandkids.
you.
I love mine. um, but yeah, the factual basic of what you're putting out there, create valid content that's going to do the right thing. And basically, if you're trying to do anything, especially if you're trying to promote a business at any idea of that, you've got to be factual. You can't be just willy-nilly putting what Wikipedia, so to speak, find for you. you know.
Now, I know if you have grandkids, they motivate you like they do me. What else motivates you?
my children, my children, and to want better, to want
That's
better all the time, to want better. Yeah, I'm quite a
yeah.
simple person. Just to want better, that's quite fine for me.
And if you don't have more than one, you should have two.
Oh yeah,
Just
I've got one at the minute, and he's a handful. I've I've just had him for a couple of days. He's a handful.
that's my granddaughter showing up behind me. Awesome.
What's her
Now,
name?
Harper.
Harp. That's a beautiful name.
And what about your company motto? What is your favorite in passive?
Make the change. Hi. Make the change, and I think if you can make any change in your life, no matter where you come from, there is an ability out there, and it's given to you on a platform called OnpassIVE. And I urge anybody who just wants to make the, that much of a change, that will give it to you, definitely, wholeheartedly. And it has done myself. And I know many others like yourself who's going to impactful in a whole different level. And that is what it's going to be. It's going to be making the change, and it already has. It
Make the
it
change in
can't.
yourself, make a change in your family,
Everything. It will. It'll
your
make the change in
community.
everything. Everything. Community, family, life, the simplicity of life. You make things a heck of a lot easier and a lot of simpler.
I like it. I like your focus. That's good. Uh, what can we take from you, success secrets, to make the passive business successful?
Be yourself. Listen to the facts and stick to your lane. Don't twist. Stick with what you're doing. Don't twist.
Be authentic. I like it.
Yeah, just be yourself.
Now, we are both working with OnpassIVE, of course, and we're both heavily involved with marketing the concept to people because we believe in it, right? So let's spend a moment talking about why somebody should become involved in the entire. This is going to be a classic video. It's a family video, obviously.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Why should somebody be involved in OnpassIVE? Because you get to spend time at home with your grandkids instead of sitting in the office all day, right?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Give me time over money. Not even money really. Just give me time to spend and do the nice things, do the nicer things in life, and spend that quality time with the people who you love. That makes a difference. It really does. Like, there's the 6 weeks holidays here at the minute, so it all goes. So we've got to try and find time to do stuff in the holidays, but it's difficult because I work full time. This with OnpassIVE, it's already started to dip into the social media side of it, and now I've got a different level of creativity going on, so I can do it in a different way as well, which is fantastic. The little
I love
faces
the
keep
idea.
coming up in the back. It's so cool.
Yeah, the total TF is pretty cool. You know, time freedom and money freedom, allowing us to do things at home with the kids. It's the best. Let's talk about the ideal person who would become a client, become a user of OnpassIVE. Who would be
I think
ideal?
everybody's going to be
Everyone.
using it. Everyone's going to be using it in some way. It depends on where it's going and how we already know where it's going. We've seen the fruition of how it's gone out and how the numbers have grown, and with the already not even getting out there, but we're out there, if that makes any sense. So yeah, I think our ideal clients are going to be absolutely everyone. Yeah,
Now you
all
talked about
businesses.
90-year-olds
100%.
addressing big.
If there's 90-year-olds in the UK at this moment, I'm going to use this as a really good example, who can't go to a local bank because they've now been shut. If they can use their own wallet to go to the bank and then go to a cash point at the local shop to withdraw their money, they'll probably do that. It makes things so much easier rather than having to go all the way to town on a bus that's an hour away. You just make things simple. It makes things so much simple, and when people are going to use it, it will be in their best interest to go and have a look at it. And when they do, I think people will see what everyone else here and who are watching this is seeing, and we'll see it all come to fruition. Really, definitely.
Let's break that down. If you're a member, a user, affiliate in OnpassIVE, you get a digital wallet.
Yep.
You can download money onto a credit card, debit card type of card, and you
Yep.
can take it to any ATM and withdraw money.
Yep.
That means
And
you're
you
free
can
to
use that
travel,
card.
and you can use it to buy things online.
Yep.
You can buy things at a store.
And with the digital products that we've got, with the physical products that are going to be coming out, on top of that itself, regardless of like your other question, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be open for absolutely everybody. And I mean, including the children when it comes to our academy, wallet again, it'll give them a whole different learning curve. So yeah, I think it's going to be absolutely phenomenal for absolutely everybody out there who's willing and wants to use it. Yeah, 100%.
Now, if you're going out into the cyber world, trying to bring people in through, say, TikTok, where do you aim your videos? Who is the one, or where do they find them?
The main thing is when I've posted a video on TikTok, it has been mainly to basically provide the content that's really valid, really, and it's for everyone. So when I've used a hashtag, it's a hashtag for OnpassIVE, and then when we've been able to use our link, I've put my link there and I can tag people. But the majority of the time, I use hashtag OnpassIVE and for your page. Right, because those two things, if you can get that into TikTok, people will just tap on passive. There's on Reels on Facebook, you can tap on the music that I've used on a video, and literally right next to it, you can see our on passive videos, which is in that category. So if people click on that, they're likely to watch the video.
So the
Do you see
magic
my
of
point?
hashtags is that it
The
opens the door.
magic of hashtags, another learning curve though.
It's a portal you go into where everything is about whatever the hashtag is.
Yes,
So
100%.
if you had 100 videos on passives, many products and services, once people go into that portal, they see them all without you having to send it to them.
Yeah. And it can make it makes it quite viable for a lot of people to look at it who aren't followers. I've got quite a lot of people who do follow me on Facebook, TikTok, who are not just followers back, and that in itself is a broad horizon of people. It's all over the world, people from very different generations, and I'm quite proud of that because that means it's being seen by the broad horizon of people who really want to actually look at it, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm very grateful for a lot of the learning that I've had to do, and I'm so committed to doing the right thing and making sure it's going out there to the right people as well. So for me, ideal clients, if you want to learn online, come and learn about us on Passive.
Now we know that there's 7 products now being talked about on our website. We know there's 50 products total, probably already in development. Of the ones that you already know about, which one's your favorite that you like to promote?
OConnect. OConnect is because I've been able to use it and been seeing it for myself and been a part of that yourself included with the ash on. It's absolutely phenomenal. It's not like, and I don't want to say the Z word, but it's not like that platform. It's not like that. You don't get kicked off. People do come in and there's fire, but it's very simple to use, and it's so easy. If I can learn how to use and make an OConnect meeting, I think a lot of other people who's just like me who can do it, and that makes again a big massive impact. The other services I can't wait to use are like I use Omail already. I've used OTrim. I find that extremely easy to use, and if you're not already got your business on there, I'd suggest you just go and have a little play and try. If it's not for you, you don't have to use it. You can have it for free for 7 days. It's fine. But for me, what it's done is I've been able to see the links and the clicks on my back office now to where they're going, and that's where OTracker comes in, and OTracker will give me something new insight of where my post reach is going, and it's quite staggering. When last night I put a post up at 11 o'clock. This morning I've looked at it and there was like 546 people who's it reached out to, not likes, it's only broadcast out to. So by tomorrow that might double. So for me, I'm thinking to myself, so is that 546 people who's actually looked at OnpassIVE maybe? Well, that's what we want.
That's,
That's what we're aiming to the game, isn't it?
that's cool. Yeah, I think everybody has their own favorite product, and
What's yours?
the well, the favorite one that I'm looking forward to, I haven't been released yet. It's Oh My Life, and
Oh,
it's not been talked about much. But
oh
Ash
wow,
talked about it with me 3 years ago.
oh wow.
I was in the car riding down the road in Orlando after having met with Ash, and he was talking about different products. And when he talked about Oh My Life, it was like, I want that one. And he's alluded to it 2 or 3 times in 3 years.
Wow.
When that happens, I think it's going to be kind of fun because it's a way to store your memories of your life. And I've been
Yeah.
thinking about how to leave a legacy for my children and grandchildren and great grandchildren that I never will meet, but they'll be able to see how life was in 2020, 23, 24. And maybe it'll go back in time and we'll be able to go back to 1950 when I was born. And we'll get to store memories in there in certain ways. Maybe we just have to download videos from our VCRs and whatnot. But I don't know. It's going to be pretty miraculous. I hope it's as
Yeah.
good as I'm thinking.
I think so as well. I think that we've got a lot more to come, and I think that it's quite exciting. It's not daunting. It's quite exciting to see and to hear what people's aspirations and dreams are and what their legacies are going to be. It's humbling actually. It's very humbling. It'd be really nice to see that coming to fruition actually.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to the future as well as learning from the past. How do you crush your competition?
I
Is a
don't. I
question.
welcome them. I welcome my competition.
We don't have any
I'm not in
competition. It's really
competition with
serious right
anybody or
now.
anything. I'm not in competition or anything with anybody or anything. But I will do my absolute best to provide the best content that I can. But that's it.
What about 5-star client experience? Okay. What does OnPassive do that is far beyond the average? How do we do 5-star client experience in our program, our platforms?
Well, we're doing something that's never been done before. And for me, if you haven't heard or even looked into it or seen, you can't be like Ash says it. Are you blind? You're not blind. Like you're not blind. So if you don't want to see it, you won't look at it. And for us, our 5-star client experience is giving value, commitment, honesty, loyalty, and literally valuable information. And that with that, you can give anybody a 5-star experience. Anybody. You can give that all of them things. Anybody can be a 5-star client if you give them. I truly believe that.
Mm-hmm. The highest quality technology for the best value and the user experience. I'm looking forward to user experience being the number one thing people respond when they go, this is so easy that anybody could do it. And that's the
Yeah, you
technology.
give people the tools, don't you? Like using ONet, using that in the right, correct way, using that. If you're, an example, a 33-year-old woman at home and you've got your children at school and you're bored out your head and you just take a look online and you see ONet and you're someone who does yoga every day, you can literally start a blog and that will reside with someone else. So to give someone those opportunities to just build their own platform on a whole different scale that's not been touched before, it's wiping the slate clean for a lot of people, and they will do. They will go to it. And I just think that we've got to keep going and promoting it in the best way that we possibly can.
I've been doing podcasts for 8 or 10 years under different names and different categories, mostly in dentistry and then in wellness area before I even heard about OnPassive. And to set up a podcast, particularly a webinar type podcast, it's very involved
Yeah.
and it costs a lot of money. I mean, I spent $25,000 on one podcast system. And here we have
Wow.
ONet that includes podcasts for free.
It's phenomenal, that, isn't it? Like you
Free
can.
for everybody, free forever. It doesn't come into a
And with
cost.
that, your blogs come in then as well at the same time. Your blogs can then be created from the podcasts, and you've got clubs. You can. Chris Johnson set up Oh Bless his club for there, didn't he? So for me, I think just the whole basis and a switch over, but a lot of people are going to struggle with the switch over. It's going to be a hard choice to make. But if we make it simple enough for them, they won't even bat an eyelid. They won't.
That's the beauty of the experience, that it converts people to what we call brand ambassadors. Now, founders are called brand ambassadors, of course, within the company, but in general, people that refer and recommend a company are called brand ambassadors often. How
Yeah.
do we convert people from being just a user to a brand ambassador affiliate? How does that happen?
I think people need to make them choices for themselves and use their platforms on what's going to be available to them and what suits that person individually or business individually. They will impact them in any way, whether it's Tracker through to see whether their businesses are going to, where their businesses are going to be seen the most, whether it's rebuying traffic to come in to promote their own pay, their own position as affiliates. When that becomes a beautiful thing, when you've got the choice to do any of those things, once they're all there to be made, it's quite simply, which one do you choose? Isn't it? Like, which one would you like? Which one would you like to choose? And in each one, there's going to be different things that are going to be available for a new user that us founders, we've probably had and seen and touched and messed with and whatnot. And they will look at it and go, oh my Lord, this is absolutely brilliant. Where do I get this? How can I subscribe? How can I make this better? How can I make this work for me and my family so I can then do what they're doing? It becomes that simple again.
Here's a pathway that I often explain to people how they can become winners in the whole game of OnPassive. Say you just found out about it, you saw it, and you came in as a free user because somebody gave you a link.
Yep.
And once you're on the OES, the OnPassive ecosystem, you see everything there and you go, wow, this is big. And then you look up at the top and you go, I've been using this ONet that I like for a few weeks and I like it. But you notice something up at the very top is called affiliate. And what happens when they see that? They tie the word affiliate to the wallet down below, and they kind of understand you can make money as a user if you're an affiliate for free. So that's a pathway from user to affiliate.
See,
And
the other part.
once they become an affiliate, they become earning money from commissions. And let's tell the people that may not know, where do commissions come from and when are they paid?
I don't know the answer to that one.
Well, they come from
Sorry.
All right, I'll steal your thunder. I know you really know this. I'm just asking the question in a strange way.
Right, okay.
You get commissions from the products that are sold.
Obviously, yeah, we do. You just stumped me then. I didn't expect that.
And you don't have to even sell any of the products, do you?
No, the part of that, what I was going to say is that when you become either a participant in OnPassive or an affiliate, the guided tour that you get to use the products that there, all on one screen, is visibly there. If you need to hear it, that's also there so you can hear it. It is very simple to use. It is very easy to get on with, and it's all very self-explanatory. If you need any more information, all of the information that we require is right there. Anything. You can ask anything to that chatbot. You can ask anything to OnPassive support team. We can ask Ash anything if we need to, and that is not a problem. If there's absolutely one way that Ash would, I believe he wants to make a biggest difference, is bringing people online to be confident, to be committed, and to show that, hang on a minute, it isn't all 001. It isn't all, oh my goodness me, it's all FaceTime and everything. It's not. It can be very simply used in the correct way, as long as you read the instructions on the packet like everyone should. And if you're stuck, ask a question. Ask a question. There are many, many, many founders out there with very, very, very knowledgeable, all of the knowledge about OnPassive in them, and it's correct. But again, all of that information could be found in the back office on the OES, which
And
I find.
every product and every platform has a user manual that's right there on the same page.
Yep, absolutely. I've used it myself, and I took a guided tour. I used it. I read the user manual. You can download it. So if you want to go back to it and learn some more, I've learned something new at least once every week, and that's just staggering for me. I think that's brilliant, but it's also very, very beautiful at the same time. It makes things so much simpler for me to understand what is going on online and how to navigate in the correct way.
There's always one thing that I always try to get across to people that don't understand anything about OnPassive, and that's the done for you nature of being involved.
Yeah,
There's a string of income that can come in to every affiliate member where OnPassive does all the work. All you have to do is just be a member, and there'll be automatically people that will show up in your network that actually buy things,
yeah,
and you actually get a commission when they do.
yeah, of course.
Done for you. That's pretty novel. How many companies pay you to actually be a member? There aren't too many. I don't know too many.
You kind of have to pay them to become a member, really. You do.
Yeah, here it's free.
Yeah, here it's free. You have to pay to become a member. And a very good example of that is the new verified button on a lot of the social media platforms. It's a new subscription thing which verifies who you are, but it also gives you a little bit of a boost on your social media platforms, etc. So that in itself, it just shows we're not leaders. We're not far behind. We're not way back here. We're leading the way in this. We're already there. Our platform is going to be a substantial platform where we can just build and build and build. And how you choose to use that is wholeheartedly on you. But again, OnPassive can do it all for you. You know, it's completely and utterly up to you whichever way you want to choose and which products you want to go with. Everything's there, quite simply.
There's a second way people can earn money, and that's if they refer friends. If they refer anybody for a free product, that free product can be used by the friends, but they'll also have to see the entire smorgasbord of good products, and they might buy one. They might choose to use OConnect, which is your favorite.
Yep.
And then you would get a commission. This is a viral type of a process. People will see it, like it, and get involved, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's become more obvious. The more I've used hashtags for the last 2 years for OnPassive, and obviously we've made sure that we did it in the correct way. And if I'm completely honest, you can just type it in on the top of Facebook Reels, and you will see the little number underneath, and that's grown in the last 6 months to well and truly over 290 something thousand. And that's staggering, like views and people hashtagging. So when you've got that, and then you go onto TikTok and you see that hashtag that you type in again, and underneath it's got 2.2 something something something. I don't want to say the right number because it might be wrong, but it shows the amount of enormity that's taking place and the change in everything and the way people are using, and they want to use it differently. People are clinging on to get something new. They can't wait. They want to see something new, which I'm ecstatic to say I'm a part of.
The third way people can make money in OnPassive is the reason I got in initially, because it's the only one I knew about. And I was going to market my products in the wellness sector through OnPassive's superior marketing platforms.
Right.
And you could take any product that you already work with or as part of your business, whether you're, a nail salon, a dentist like I was. Also, I was a coach and mastermind leader, so I could sell my service that I teach other dentists how to be better dentists. I could put that on and be marketed through the OnPassive network, which is superior. So anybody, when you look at that aspect, can make money with OnPassive. using our superior products to market their own products.
Yeah, using a business, isn't it? Like if you've got a business, it's all open for you there. You just, it depends on what
So
your business is looking for, isn't it, really?
it's a triple threat. You can win in three ways just to earn
Yep,
commissions.
definitely.
Ash talks about saving time when things are kind of under one single sign in and everything's tied together. You don't have to update every different
Yeah,
product platform. When one part's updated, everything's updated, and you save
definitely.
time.
Yeah,
I like
and you
it.
don't.
I like what you're sharing, but let's get back to TikTok and tell us about your goals. What do you hope to achieve in on passive, specifically using TikTok?
knowledge, knowledge to share, to show people that don't be afraid on TikTok. Be confident. There really isn't a bad video you can put up there. People will watch basically a lot of different things, and whether they want to see it or not, some things will come up on for your page, other people's won't. But again, with using hashtags, depending on which hashtag and what sort of person, generation you're looking to actually go towards, that's where you come into looking at what your research will be and what's on trend that week, what's at the top 10, who's on at the park. Like it sounds really silly, but the simplest of things can make that whole difference to a post going out and seeing 20 people to going out and seeing 25,000 people. And be yourself. Don't be anything else but yourself. It doesn't matter how silly you can look really online. It really doesn't, because it's there. It'll always be there. Like I said, delete's there, but it'll always be there. You you don't want to be giving out wrong information. So always make your goal be valid, correct information, and I would stick with that and stick to your lane.
What you really did say there was important. It's not so much about the TikTok as it is about the hashtag, because hashtags go across all social media, and
Yeah,
you really use all the platforms to get the word out, and the
yeah,
word then sort of collects in that portal of hashtag land.
yeah,
So that's a pretty big deal. Everybody should be a hashtag expert, and then they become
yeah.
expert in a particular media, whether it's Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or YouTube.
Well, yeah. It becomes you make it personal to yourself. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it. If you don't like it, don't do it. If you like to do something and you think it's really good and you actually really think it's going to build you confidently on life, just try. I beg you just to try, because it's worth the shot. If I wouldn't have took the risk of just promoting one video, I would never have ever have gone as far as I could create a reel and make a massive amount of reach go out there. And it's not all about what on passive. It's not all about me. It's about the greater scheme of things. Like I'm learning every single day, and I'm again forever grateful for that. And that is where our goal becomes, right, okay, I'm going to have more time to spend at home with my grandson and my sons and my partner to probably do more of this, promote and get them apples coming in. You know, it makes it that simple. That's the end goal, isn't it?
It is. And you said something important there. You don't just promote on passive. You
No,
actually share about your life on the
yeah,
social media because, and this is what I believe, that's kind of why I was leading to this point. I believe we should be holistic and kind of share who we are in all the ways we are. And if we like hobbies, we should talk about that. We should talk about our families. We should talk about our pets. We should talk about what makes us happy in life, what our visions are. And it should be that we expand our territory through social media, and we don't just use it as a business tool to just
yeah,
advertise. Is that the way
yeah.
you feel too?
Yeah, I do. I do promote my own. I've got my own on passive page, which I do promote my own videos on. I don't religiously go on and do that, but whenever I share, I share. and my own page is personal. So I don't try and get likes and follows. I've never had any monetary value from anybody given me, just to make that perfectly clear. And I do it because I've wanted to learn so much about how to provide the right content online. And touch lucky wood, I've never been trolled. Like, I don't want to be trolled, but at the same time, you can always just be yourself. Just be yourself, and I truly, truly believe that. I did a TikTok, and it was a stupid little dance thing, and it was so funny, but I thought, well, do you know what? What have I got to lose? Who am I going to offend in this moment? And at the same time, I thought to myself, yeah, let's just do it. And that gave me confidence, because I got, like, Red messaged me, he was like, that's brilliant. Mark encouraged me to do so. So again, it helps you to build your confidence that what you're doing online is correct. It's recognition for doing the correct thing. When you're sharing a video, when you're taking someone else's post, when you're using someone else's content, do the decent thing and just tag the person who's created it. That's a big thumbs up. It's a massive thumbs up, because that gives that person, hang on a minute, that's really good. They really like that. And that reach out there, again, comes back down to hashtag OnpassIVE, because that goes everywhere. Then if someone else who I've never met before shared that post and took it and then tagged me and OnpassIVE in it, that in a different part of the world, that's doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing as far as I'm concerned. Do you know? So yeah, I'm quite happy to continue.
Yeah, Ash always says if everybody in OnPassive did one thing a day, then we would be a massive success. And
We already nearly there.
he's got 1.4 million of us that are founding members, and you can take that 1.4 million and make quite an impact if you do hashtags.
Yep, it is a fair point, a very fair point.
Now let's go back in time. What would you tell your 20-year-old self? What kind of advice would you give your young lady named Alesha Maguire?
Well,
She's fixing to go out in the world. What's your advice?
1 second. Come here. 1 second. Come here. Come here. The dog. He's going to start barking. I would give my 20-year-old self, my best advice is go and study as much technology as I possibly could and learn about being online. Now, when I left, I wanted to be in business when I left school, and I also wanted to become a childcare worker, and I didn't see any of that through, unfortunately, for my own stupidity, because I was naive and very young, and I chose a different path. So for me now, to sit there and go, listen, Leash, just go online, 001. So it would be that, and stick to your lane, girl. Don't change what you're doing. Stay in your lane. Be persistent. Be consistent. Provide the good in knowledge and information that you've got, and put it out there in the correct way. But never. I'm learning it now. I just, I'm, I'm staggered at how simple it can be, and this is where OnPassive is going to make such a difference, and it under one platform, not 4 different social media platforms to create one video. You know, it makes things that much simpler, and that for me speaks volumes.
The next generation is going to have it a lot easier because we'll have put together a massive platform. They can stay in one place and do it all.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a daughter of 23, I've got a son of 19, and I've got a son of 14. Now, Courtney, my daughter, she's 23, she's very savvy, she's very intelligent, and she just looked, she's like, show me, just send me the link, show me. I was like, okay. My other son, he's just got no interest whatsoever. He's 19, he's just got no interest. Now, my youngest son, he sat there and watched a webinar with me and Mark. He sat there and looked himself at OnPassive, and I've shown him Play. And so for him, and to do O Connect and O Academy, when these things come to my platform and they come to me on my plate, I'm gonna hand that down to him, so he can then learn firsthand, and I'm gonna video that so he knows that, hang on a minute, this is what you've learned in the space of this time. So, like Ash said, you become a learner of our technology. It becomes a different level of whole things, because this is a completely different level of learning. You're going to get an award that no one else has got, really. So,
Mhm.
yeah, let's let these children, let these young next generation have that, of just having a simple life and not struggling to make ends meet, or working 12 to 16-hour days, or 4 on 4 off, or having to go 3 weeks on and 2 weeks off. It's really hard on families, and I do believe that they just need to have things a little bit more simpler. I do believe that, and that's where we do come in, definitely.
And to make this clear to the audience that may not be aware, what Alesha and I are mentioning is that OnpassIVE will provide a living wage to everyone who's a part of it.
Yeah,
That's a statement that is a minimum, and it could
yeah,
go beyond that to a legacy income.
yeah,
So it's very important for people to understand it's not just you buy something and use it and have a happy life. No,
yeah.
you buy it
You
and then you get income from OnpassIVE.
learn
Let's
to
talk
get an
about
income.
your favorite living mentor, and I want you to specifically tell me what woman in OnpassIVE that you have looked up to and learned from and been impacted by.
Jane Redfern.
Jane, absolutely.
Jane Redfern. I would like to give my other mentors, Mark Prescott, who's been my constant, absolute backbone and consistent supporter, and for absolutely encouraging me to continue online, Redfern. Absolutely, 100 million billion%. There is so many others that I can mention, but Jane, she has absolutely blown me away with how much support she's given me. She's just a complete and utter whirlwind of information about OnPassive, and she's so passionate and dedicated, so red, and it humbles me. It humbles me because I think, oh, that's so nice. She's just, it's beautiful to see and meet genuine people who want the same thing, a simple, nice, easy life, and to leave a legacy behind. Not that you can be glorified for it, just to say, there you go, it's going to be all right. It'll be fine. Don't worry about anything else. Forget about it.
Good choice. I'm glad you shared that with us. Jane's a wonderful lady. What about
Absolutely.
you? Why is it important for you to impact people?
Well, if you don't impact on anybody, there's no point really, is there? I say this to my friend. When we've got children and we've been mothers and we have our children around us, our friends who we stick with, the people we have around them, they all imprint on your child. And that imprint can be really, really, really valuable memory for that child, and it can be a part of that person. And it's only when they get into an adulthood and you'll see a little tendency of maybe yourself in that child, and you go, oh my gosh, that's me. And it makes that impact so much more better. Like I've got a little 5-year old who absolutely adores me, and he's brilliant. And for him to be able to sit there and use, say, O Academy, that impact for him to be able to escalate in his educational abilities, the same as my grandson. If I can give that to them, that's an impact that you can't even, you wouldn't want to give to any other child, would you? And so if you aren't doing it, and you're not doing it in the correct way, and you're not making that impact with the valid, right information and the correct content with all the facts, there's no point in doing it. So yeah, if I'm going to impact, I'll impact big time.
You know, you're really hitting on the right cylinders, the right points. there's a lot of stuff out there in social media that's not correct. And you keep saying
Well,
you got to only
it,
stick
it
to the facts. That's
stick
important.
to your path. Stick to your path. Definitely.
When it's all said and done, Alesha, what do you want to be remembered for?
Being a kind and generous person. Definitely. Definitely. Anything else than that's a bonus, isn't it? Really.
How can people find you, support you, get on the bandwagon, and do what you're doing?
Like, join me on ONET. You can find me on the back office on OnpassIVE.com. But I would literally just go and put yourself out there and have a look at what we're doing. No one says Facebook's the right level, but if it's for you, that's fair enough. Please just come and have a look at what we're doing. If I can learn in the space of 2 years what I've learned now, there is definitely something out there for someone else. So yeah, that support, give us a like when you see it, share a post, but always, always tag the person who's created the post. Hashtag all the time, hashtag all the time on passive. And I would suggest hashtag your own name. If you can, use your link. And there's a different thing as well. Now, if you save a picture, this is a little bit of knowledge. If you save a picture off on passive or anybody's picture that you like to your phone, and then you upload it on any social media platform, basically Facebook, I'd say this is the best one, you can hit edit. When you hit edit, you'll see at the top of the screen, music, tagging, there's a little like infinity button, and if you press that, that says my links. Now you tap your link in there, you visit the site, and then you add that link. You don't know how many people have seen that until about a week. On O Tracker, we will see that literally where it's being used, if it's mobile, if it's laptop, if it's a pad, and what country and where it's from. So again, hashtag links, use the tools that are available to you, and if you can and you want more knowledge about it, press a button, have a look, play around with it a little bit, because otherwise you're not going to learn nothing new. You see what I mean?
Now, O Tracker can be employed on those.
Yeah, I would say because it can show you where you're. On my link where I've been sharing my link, it showed me in my back office where, who, not who specifically, but who's the great persons that's been looking at this link, and I was quite staggered that it did that. I'd not seen that before. The only other place I've seen that is Facebook, and that's under your analytics, isn't it? And your insights. So when you go down and you're in this mode, you can see on your Facebook where it's gone, what gender, and sort of like what following, who's following, whether it's your net followers or non-net followers. Now, mine on my Facebook is 94% non-followers. So for that, for me, I was like, right, okay, that told me that people are looking at what I'm doing. So I was like, yes, keep going, just keep going.
Good job. Well, tell us, being on the show today, how was your experience with the Influencers podcast?
Absolutely fantastic. I'm so forever grateful to you, Dr. Bill, and it's been an absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
The one difference, this is a long format. TikTok is about 5 or 10 seconds sometimes. You got to show up a long time.
TikTok, you can actually, it depends on your following. If you haven't got a lot of following on TikTok, you can't do certain things. You can't go live. There's certain things that you can't make a video for longer than 30 seconds, etc. So the more you promote and post, the more chance you've got of getting those more selected items, shall we say, products given to you as like going live. Do you know what I mean? So that makes the editing a little bit more better for you to be able to put that out there a little bit more. So yeah, that's about it on TikTok. You just play with it, use it,
Experts
edit
have
it.
benefits.
Well,
The more you do, the more you get.
the more you do, the more you learn, the more you get. Yes, 100%. Now, if you can learn that in the process and manage to get a really good video, it only takes one bite, Doctor. One bite, and you may get that one video that goes viral. You know, it makes a difference. And if you can use the hashtags again in the right way, thumbs up again.
The biggest dental video that ever hit the airwaves that I'm aware of was one where this teenager was coming out of anesthesia from getting his wisdom teeth out,
Oh yeah.
and he was asleep and numb at the same time.
There's
And
a
it
lot
was
of
quite
videos like that.
millions and millions of people watched that video, and I had tens of thousands watch it when I posted, not even an original video. I posted that on my Facebook. So I
Yeah.
know the value of good video content. So you're the content
See,
queen, the TikTok queen. I want to
the
give you the
difference.
final word, Alesha, and let you talk. Then I'll come back and finish up. But I want you to have the time to address the audience, just whatever you want.
I just want to say thank you to absolutely every single person who's supported myself in every post that I've done, every video, every single person that has helped me towards getting online and providing the content. I just want to say a massive thank you. And if you're even inquisitive about OnPassive at all, please get in contact with myself and I can probably find you the right information available to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Alicia. Very good to have you on the Influencers Podcast. You're a fantastic representative of OnPassive and of the friends we have in the UK. I
Thank you.
want to share with the audience now that they can reach me on my digital business card, OVU card, at this particular URL, which I built using the OTrim shortener for URLs. You can
Yep.
customize your links, so very useful. On that digital business card, there's basically two things you can find. One is my web page, which has all my podcasts, 50, 60 podcasts, plus ways that you can become a participant on the podcast. And so if you want to look at that, you may. And this QR code up above goes to that digital business card if you want to use a QR code, which I made in OTrim also. So we have the ability to make QR codes for free on the fly in OTrim, another
Yep.
great product from OnPassive. And then the other thing you can do is you can learn more about OnPassive's great AI technology. Every product we have is backed by AI technology. And so you can find out about it. And if you go to Alesha's websites and links, you can find out from her the same information because we're all connected.
Yep.
So
It's all on my
the
social
whole idea
media.
is get your freedom wherever you can, because once you are in OnPassive, you have bought freedom. You've
Yep.
achieved the ultimate in technology that's available today. Alesha,
Yep.
thanks again for
100%.
being with us. And I
Thank
look
you.
forward to learning more, watching your TikToks, seeing your numbers grow and seeing your fan base grow. I know you're going to be a major star across the world. From now on, it's going to be major, major, major Alesha Maguire everywhere we
Thank
look.
you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Okay, this is all for today on our Influencers Podcast, but stay tuned for more next week. We'll be coming back for more interesting guests, just like Alesha. Good night, everybody.